using the quadratic formula. So the quadratic formula is x equals minus b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. Remember, that's given to you in the paper, so you don't actually need to learn that. So a is always the first number, b the second, and c the term on the end. So the substitution: x equals minus 6 plus or minus the square root of 6 squared minus 4 times 3 times minus 11 all divided by 2 times 3. So x equals minus 6 plus or minus all divided by 6, and I'm going to work out this bit before I go any further. So minus 4 times 3 times minus 11 gives me 132 plus 6 squared, so this is the square root of 168. If you have a negative in here, something's gone wrong, you need to check your workings out. So then we split this into two parts, so that x could either be minus 6 plus the square root of 168 divided by 6, or it could be x is equal to minus 6 minus the square root of 168, still divided by 6. Type each of those into your calculator. Minus 6 plus the square root of 168 all divided by, start again, minus 6 plus the square root of 168 divided by 6 is 1.16, and then if we change it to be minus 6 minus the square root of 168 all divided by 6, we find that it could be minus 3.16, and they're the two solutions. Same thing again, so x equals minus b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a, a, b and c. So x equals minus 2 plus or minus the square root minus 2 squared minus 4 times 21 times minus 1. Be very careful with the signs in these questions because that's where things will go wrong. So this becomes just plus 2 plus or minus, again work this bit out, minus 4 times 21 times minus 1, and then we're going to add on the square root of, add on the two squared, so that's over 88 over 42. Again, split this at this point into the two possible options. 2 plus the square root of 88 divided by 42, or 2 minus the square root of 88 divided by 42. 2 plus the square root of 48 divided by 42 is 0.21, and then 2 minus the square root of 48 divided by 42 is minus 0.12. Third one, again, says solve the equation with the decimals, and you're obviously going to have to use the quadratic formula here. So x equals minus 4.2 plus or minus the square root of 4.2 squared minus 4 times 2 times minus 146.88 all divided by 2 times 2. So x equals minus 4.2 plus or minus all divided by 4, so we'll work out the bracket. Minus 4 times 2 times minus 146.88, and we're going to add to that 4.2 squared, so this is 1192.68, and then we split it and we find that it could be minus 4 plus the square root of 1192.68 divided by 4, which is 7.63, or we could find that it's minus 4.2 minus the square root of 1192.68 divided by 4, which is minus 9.68. Last one of these then, same question, same principle, same method. So we get x equals minus 8 plus or minus the square root of 8 squared minus 4 times 3 times 1 divided by 2 times 3. X equals minus 8 plus or minus the square root of, work this bit out, so it's 8 squared minus 12, so it's the square root of 52 divided by 6. So again, split the two options, so we get minus 8 plus the square root of 52 divided by 6, which is minus 0.13, or we get minus 8 minus the square root of 52 divided by 6, which is minus 2.54. Algebraic fractions. If there's no equals, we can just use the upside down ironing board method. So we have 3 bracket 4x plus 7 minus 5 bracket x minus 4 all over x minus 4, 4x plus 7. Expand the top line, 12x plus 21 minus 5x plus 20, because you've got the minus and the minus. Leave the bottom as it is because it's already in its simplest form when it's been factorised. Tidy up the top, so we get 7x plus 41 over x minus 4, 4x plus 7. Solve an algebraic fraction. So what we're going to have to do here is find the common denominator. So the lowest number that these three go into is 6. So I'm going to multiply every one of these by 6. Now, because 6 divided by 3 leaves me with 2, I can cancel that fraction. 6 divided by 6 is 1, so that's gone. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. So I've now got a single line with no fractions. So I have 2, 4x minus 1, minus 2x plus 7 is equal to 3 times 5. 8x minus 2 minus 2x plus 7 is equal to 15. 6x minus 2 plus 7 is plus 5 equals 15. So 6x equals 15 minus 5. So 6x equals 10. So x equals 10 over 6. Again, there's no equals, so we can use the upside down ironing board for this one again. So we get n plus 2 minus n minus 3 all over n minus 3 n plus 2. Expand the top line, n squared plus 2n minus n squared minus times and minus makes plus 3n, n minus 3 n plus 2. They'll cancel out. 2 plus 3 is 5, so we get 5n all over n minus 3 n plus 2. Right, 17, this is the hardest type we can get, where the common denominator is actually going to be algebra. So the common denominator here is 5x minus 2, 3x plus 1. So we have to times each fraction by that. When I times the first fraction by that, this will cancel on the top and bottom, leaving me 4x times by 3x plus 1. Second fraction, similar process, but this time the 3x plus 1 from the top and bottom will disappear. And then on the right hand side, I'm going to have both of these brackets. Expand everything and then we're going to solve. So 4x times 3x is 12x squared plus 4x plus 15x minus 6 equals, do FOIL on this first, which will give us 15x squared minus 6x plus 5x minus 2, which tidies up to 15x squared minus 6 plus 5 is minus x minus 2. And then we multiply each of these by 3, so we get 45x squared minus 3x minus 6. Collect everything on one side and put this equal to 0. So 0 equals 45x squared, this is going to come over as minus 12x squared, minus 3x, this is 19x, which will come over here to become minus 19x, and minus 6, and this will come over to be plus 6 from there. Then what we're going to do is tidy everything up. So 0 equals 23x squared minus 22x, and minus 6 plus 6 is going to give us 0. So we have this, and then we're going to have to factorize this so we can get 0 is equal to x, and then we've got 23x minus 22 in a bracket. So then we have either x equals 0 on its own, or 23x minus 22 is equal to 0, where x will be equal to 22 divided by 23. Last one and the final type of these. This is kind of like the upside down ironing board, but not with the bottom. So because there's an equals, we can take both parts up and just multiply. So we get 3x plus 1. Expand this one, we get 4x squared plus 20x. This side we get 9x plus 3. Collect everything on one side. 4x squared plus 20 minus 9 will be plus 11x, and then minus 3 equals 0. And then we're going to have to factorise this, looking for numbers that add and multiply. They have to add to make 11 and multiply to make minus 12. So we're going to have 12 and 1 are the numbers. And to make a multiple of minus 12, we're going to have a minus 1. So we split this. 4x squared plus 12x minus x minus 3 equals 0. Factorise it as two separate parts. Common in here is 4x. So we're going to get x plus 3. Keep the minus there. There's nothing common here apart from 1. And then the bracket will have to be x plus 3 again, because the plus and the minus make this minus. So our two answers are 4x minus 1 and x plus 3 equals 0. And then we do either or. So either 4x minus 1 is 0 or x plus 3 is 0. This one gives us that x is equal to a quarter, and this one gives us that x is equal to minus 3.